Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So the NFL Combine has just wrapped up, and in this one I wanted to talk about some of the latest rumors, some of the latest buzz surrounding this New York Jets team. Okay, I mean there's a lot, this offseason is crucial for the short and long-term development of the franchise. I mean the two top 10 picks, we know about the cap situation. It is imperative that we knock this thing out of the park. So these rumors are coming from U Stadium, okay, and I'll leave everything linked down below in the description box. You could go check it out. It's an awesome page, but let's dive into these rumors. The first is that the Jets feel good, quote unquote, about adding an offensive lineman, an interior offensive lineman in free agency. Okay, we all know the problems and really the uncertainty that we have on the offensive line currently, specifically at right guard. There's been some speculation about maybe moving on from Connor McGovern. He's a $10.3 million cap hit, and the Jets could save $9 million if they part ways with him, if they trade him somehow, but there's a chance that he could stay on the roster. So we're looking at the interior offensive line right now, or some of the free agents that are going to be out there. I mean, guys that just jump right off the page at you, some of the bigger names, Laken Tomlinson, Brandon Scherf. We actually did a video yesterday talking about the Buccaneers center Ryan Jensen, and then of course the Ravens center / guard Bradley Bozeman. If the Jets feel good about getting one of these deals done, I think it would benefit the team in a massive way. I mean, we can't have a guy in Zach Wilson go into his second year with a ton of younger players around him. Think Elijah Moore, think Michael Carter in the backfield, AVT at left guard, and we have holes on the offensive line where we're getting blitzed up the middle, we're just getting beat one-on-one up the middle. I mean, that just cannot fly. And this does not just go with go for Zach Wilson. It goes for Joe Burrow. It goes for Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence, Mac Jones, all of the young quarterbacks in the league. I mean, you have to give these guys a fighting chance. So assuming that this rumor is true here, if the Jets could add or upgrade the interior of the offensive line before the time the NFL draft hits, I think that would be, it would be humongous. So the second rumor is that the sense is right now that the Jets big board consists of Aiden Hutchinson, number one. Okay, he is the number one guy. Number two, Ike Mekwonu, the tackle from NC State. Number three, Kayvon Thibodeau, edge rusher from Oregon. And then number four, Ahmad Gardner. Okay, so two things kind of stand out here. Number one, Ahmad Gardner being in the top four, and then number two, where's Evan Neal? He's projected to go number one right now. Of course, things could change, but I mean, man, Evan Neal, very interesting prospect. Played on the right side, the left side, played tackle, played guard, extremely productive back at Alabama. I mean, he's had so many starts under his belt, yet he's such a young player, really athletic. I mean, man, what an intriguing prospect. So to not see Evan Neal's name here in the top four, it kind of just gets you thinking a little bit. But of course, this is all just rumors, speculation. This isn't completely engraved in stone or anything like that, but it's still interesting nonetheless. In regards to Sauce Gardner, he has absolutely aced the draft process so far. I mean, he has the physical measurements. He's backed those measurements up at the combine, putting up some pretty impressive numbers, obviously the college tape, and there is a ton of speculation that he could go top five, specifically with the Jets at spot number four here. And funny enough, I actually have a video coming on that exact topic sooner rather than later. But man, I do believe that the Ahmad Gardner hype is real. I think teams are really falling in love with this guy. He has a lot that he brings to the table, a lot that he would bring to not only just a defense, but an organization. I mean, just the confidence in which he plays with, the aura about him. He's, man, to think about the potential, it really gets you excited. It really gets you pumped up. Rumor number three is that the Jets are going to have interest in upgrading the wide receiver position this offseason, as they should be, okay? But the name to watch here is Amari Cooper. That was the name that was listed, and that one is really interesting. And we actually did a video on this, I think, a couple days ago. He's expected to be, or I guess in the words of Adam Schefter, he's likely to be released by the Dallas Cowboys at some point soon, okay? He's a $20 million cap hit for the season. I think Amari Cooper would come in and fit the system, and even though he's been in the NFL, it feels like for ages, he's still a relatively young player. I mean, man, he was ultra productive back in Oakland, comes to Dallas, has two back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Now, last season was a down year statistically, but we have to remember there's only one football. They have Dak Prescott, who's a mobile quarterback. He can pull it and run. They have Zeke Elliott behind him, Dalton Schultz, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb. I mean, the list goes on and on. The Dallas Cowboys have, it seems like, endless weapons, but it's looking like Amari Cooper, again, likely to be released here. I would love the fit with the New York Jets. Now, as far as a potential trade with Amari Cooper. I'm not so sure. I mean, I would be pumped up. The team would be better. Amari Cooper would be coming in as the #1 wide receiver on the football team immediately, no questions asked. But here's the deal. $20 million is a lot of money. Not only are we just inheriting a $20 million cap hit, but we're also having to give away a draft asset. And whenever you get into that territory, you know, things start getting a little dicey, a little sketchy. But of course, you could push back and say, if Amari Cooper does in fact hit the open market, the Cowboys cut him. What chance do the Jets, or how good of a chance do the Jets actually have of landing him when you have tons of teams out there that are going to be in the market for wide receivers, like the Eagles, like the Ravens? I mean, these are two teams that have playoff aspirations next season, and those are just a couple. I mean, we could talk about the Cleveland Browns. We could talk about the Buffalo Bills wanting to add another wide receiver to that room, the New England Patriots, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, there's a lot of teams that will value Amari Cooper. So maybe, just maybe, the Jets are in a position to where they're going to have to trade for an Amari if they really, really want him on the roster. And then last but not least, rumor number 4, it's looking like the Jets have been doing a lot of homework on defensive backs that are expected to go in day 2 of the NFL draft. So rounds 2 and rounds 3. If we buy into the earlier rumor about Ahmad Gardner being the 4th prospect on the Jets' big board, it would lead you to believe that this rumor is talking about safety, okay? And I would love that. I mean, there's tons of really, really talented safeties in this class, especially in that round 2 to round 3 area. Guys that I feel like could step in and immediately be day 1 starters, especially when we're looking at the Jets' current roster. But who knows? I mean, if we want to address free agency or address safety in free agency, I think that's totally fine. I would be pumped up for that. I mean, Tracy Walker from Detroit, Justin Reed from Houston, Quandre Diggs from Seattle, 3, maybe even a Tart from San Francisco if he's healthy. I think all 4 of those guys would step in and be immediate day 1 impact guys. All 4 of those guys would be huge upgrades over what we currently have. And we didn't even talk about Marcus Williams. Okay, Marcus Williams is arguably the best safety on the market. He's probably going to be landing a mega deal. I'm thinking anywhere from a 4 to 5 year contract. It's going to take a lot of money to bring Williams in, but who knows? Okay, who knows what the Jets will do when it's all said and done. All I know is I'm excited, I am pumped up, I am amped for free agency to start. Legal tampering period right around the corner here, March 14th, and then it officially kicks off March 16th when things actually become official. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And again, this is all just rumors here. It's the latest buzz surrounding the Jets at the Combine. I'll leave the link listed down below in the description box so you could go check it out. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and as always, go Jets.